This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast, where CEOs of mid-sized companies share their insights. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because top CEOs know how to listen and be concise. So let's get to it. Question number 1. In just a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. And my name is Maher Daoudi. I am a multi-path serial entrepreneur. I've put together multiple companies, the biggest one being Xtreme Lashes. We started that company in 2005. It is a eyelash extension training and supply company. I led that as the CEO, put together a team, and in a matter of 2 years, took that company into a franchise system in over 20 countries. Currently, our distribution network is about 50 plus countries, and the Xtreme Lash Stylist will do somewhere in the ballpark of about $500 million worth of revenue worldwide. So that's one entity. I flew over to India. I set up another company called Skillvo, which is a social network platform for service professionals. That one is also kind of taken off. It's a worldwide platform. I had recently created the first Uber for lash extensions app called Eye-Lashr. And given the COVID situation that has occurred, I had decided to get involved. And next thing I know, now I am in the middle of another venture called shieldmission.com. And part of that is we've developed what's called the OxiKit. It's a high-flow, do-it-yourself open-source oxygen concentrator that can be built using parts found locally at hardware stores and online. It produces 15 liters per minute at 97% concentrated oxygen. This is really a miracle product. It's kind of blown away the entire medical concentrator industry and how we were able to accomplish this. And this product should mitigate COVID substantially. And I think that this is a very important point to discuss, which is 75% of the hospitalized patients only require high flow oxygen to recover. So if we're able to shift that base of folks that need that service to homes, then we can basically remove 75% of the load off the hospitals, opening up our economies, and at the same time allowing individuals with COVID to get the care they need, recover faster. And the Shield Mission project is basically a coalition of multiple companies. We're providing a platform for all things COVID, whether you need products, services, or information. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Everything that's going to be on this platform is doctor vetted, scientist vetted, and it's a large coalition of Fortune 100 executives, scientists from NASA, scientists from all across industries, entrepreneurs. It's a fascinating platform that's coming to life right now. So that's kind of my current project that I'm working on.
Question number 2. What's the best thing about being the CEO?
You know, the best thing about CEO, being a CEO of multiple companies, is the fulfillment of putting together a team and bringing a impactful product or service to market. Setting the culture for the company is extremely important, and watching folks grow. Really, the fulfillment of helping your employees and your customers grow, that's the best part of being a CEO, in my opinion.
Excellent. Question number 3. I hear from other CEOs that leading their team and being able to see the road ahead can be a challenge. What are your thoughts?
Oh gosh, I actually kind of have the opposite problem, honestly. You know, as I consider myself and others like a visionary, and the issue that I typically have is making sure to communicate the vision utilizing data-backed information on why the hypothesis makes sense in order to get the buy-in of everybody else to move forward into a new territory.
Question number 4. What piece of insight do you want to share with other CEOs?
The biggest piece of insight based on my experience, and I'm about to be going on 39, is I wish I knew when I was a little bit younger that the saying, chase your passion, the money will follow, is extremely important. The faster you could get to doing that, the much more fun being a CEO and entrepreneur will be, because the money will not keep you going. It's that passion inside of you of why you're doing what you're doing. Identify the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And then that'll set you free to really open up and hit your maximum potential.
Excellent. Question number 5. What other successful CEOs, like yourself, would you like to acknowledge and should be on my podcast?
Wow, that is I saw that question, and to answer that is quite difficult. I mean, obviously your Elon Musk's out there would be fantastic, right? You know, I would say rather than specific ones, I'd like to see the CEOs that have stepped up in the current crisis that we're in right now and have shifted and pivoted and are putting themselves out there to do some social entrepreneurship work to help our communities worldwide. This is really the time for us to step up and use our talents to help society. So I think that's the category I'd really like to see, those kind of CEOs.
Excellent. Question number 6, the final question. How do you celebrate a win?
Oh, celebrating wins is a very, very important aspect. You know, I can tell you a quick program I developed in my companies real quick. It's called the Token of Appreciation. Every week we give out a dollar coin to the employees. And what they do is they catch somebody else doing something right and they hand it over to them. And the trick is, what have you specifically done and why am I giving you this coin? This creates a winning culture all over the place, up, down, left, right, a validation. That's extremely important to celebrate the wins and insert systems that will constantly keep everybody motivated and celebrate those wins.
Sounds like an excellent program. Maher, we appreciate you being on today. Now tell us, how can people find you?
The best way to find me is on LinkedIn. If you go to look me up, Maher Daoudi, that's spelled Mary, Apple, Henry, Elephant, Randy, last name Daoudi. I'll be the guy that looks like this with the big smiling face on there. Connect with me there. That's the best way to find me.
Excellent. This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast. For more insights, go to LinkedIn and search for The Gray Owl Company. Maher, thank you.
Thank you for having me.